Welcome back to Making the Madness on YouTube. Today we're breaking down the SoCon. The SoCon tournament, always one of the fun ones in the week that leads up to the NCAA tournament championship week. It's last year we had East Tennessee State dominate the league. The previous year it was Wofford who dominated the league, but this year, UNC Greensboro ended up on top. Furman, I think, Furman and Wofford end up the 2 and 3 seeds. You've got a pretty deep field, and I think a lot of contenders to win this championship.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at UNCG, you look at Wofford, they can really shoot the ball still. You look at a team like Furman, of course, with Clay Mounts, Mike Bothwell. And then the team I like is a sleeper, VMI. I mean, I like Greg Parham. He's a really talented guard. He's a senior. Camden Kerfman gets buckets. Jake Stevens is a really talented guy. But, yeah, let's get into the actual bracket.
All right. Starting out, the Citadel versus Western Carolina. First game of the tournament. Give me the Citadel. I'll go with the Citadel. I don't think either of these teams will really give UNC Greensboro a game, but Citadel will be the pick for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Citadel also. I do like some of the players on that team. Caden Rice is a really good player. He's a guy that can really shoot the ball from deep at 6'7". Tyler Moff is a good point guard. He transferred from a D2 school. Then you look around. Fletcher Abbey, he's probably going to be back for this one after missing a few games with injuries. So look for him to have a big role. He's a really good shooter. But I do think that, and of course Hayden Brown, can't forget him, 20 and 10 this year, averaging a double-double. But I think the Citadel's going to be able to win this one pretty handily.
All right. That sets us up with Mercer versus Stanford. Again, I'm going to go with the higher seed. I'm going with Mercer. Stanford's just they're not very good. So I like Ross Cummings. He's a really solid player. Give me Stanford to advance. I don't know if they'll make it deep, but they'll at least get by this first game.
Yeah, Ross Cummings gets buckets. I'm a big fan of his. Felipe Haase is going to have a really good tournament. Neftali Alvarez is going to be big for Mercer. I think that Mercer wins this one pretty easily.
All right, and that sets up with we're both going with the Citadel versus UNC Greensboro. UNC Greensboro is the pick. Isaiah Miller is a superstar. You cannot pick against him. SoCon Player of the Year. He's got help. Keyshawn Langley, Caleb Hunter, Angelo Allegri. I think that's how you say his last name. But overall, I think the key player is Isaiah Miller. He makes this team go, but they're certainly capable. I think they're more than just Isaiah Miller, and they'll win this game kind of handily.
Yeah, I think UNCG is a really talented team. They just struggle shooting the ball. Isaiah Miller is fantastic. Probably one of the best SoCon players of all time. He's won 2 consecutive SoCon Player of the Year awards. The key for me is going to be Hayden Koval. He's a 7'3" guy, 7'2" maybe. He can block shots. He can shoot the three. He's going to have to play a big role in this one. The Langley brothers are going to have to play good. And Angelo Allegri is going to have to be pretty good. There's a lot of players that have to step up. Allegri is a shooter. He's a forward that can really shoot the ball. He's going to have to play a big role in this one with UNCG's shooting struggles. But I think the UNCG Spartans will be able to win here.
All right, that sets us up with Chattanooga versus East Tennessee State. The next game on here. I like East Tennessee State. I think they have a little bit more experience as a team being in this environment. Jason Shea taking over for Steve Forbes. A lot of new players, but still, I think a lot of solid players. Ladarius Brewer, as well as Monsato, have really been a good group. David Sloan, the transfer from K-State. Cyril Smith, the transfer from Maryland. These are players that know how to win big-time games. Yes, they necessarily didn't do it at their last spot, but I think they can do it at this spot. So give me East Tennessee State here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to go with ETSU. I like Ladarius Brewer. I like Ty Brewer. They are brothers, and they're both very good at basketball. And Damari Monsanto is the freshman of the year in the SoCon. He had a great freshman campaign, a forward that can really shoot the ball from deep. I don't love ETSU's guards. I don't love David Sloan. He's a fine player, but he doesn't do anything too crazy. But I think that ETSU is going to be able to win this one with their defense.
All right. That sets us up with Wofford versus Mercer here. Give me Wofford here. I think they're just the better team overall. A couple years removed from the special season that they had. I don't think they're not obviously as good, but Storm Murphy still on this team, still alive, still getting buckets. Trey Hollowell's kind of stepped into a big role, Messiah Jones as well. So this is a really good Wofford team. I think they find a way here to advance to the semifinals of the SoCon championship.
Yeah, Storm Murphy really took a huge jump this season to become a first-team SoCon guy. He's been great this year, and he's been the heartbeat for Wofford for a number of years. But now he's really became an elite player. So you look at him, and then you look at a guy like Trey Hollowell, like you mentioned, and Morgan Stafford. I think they're all going to play huge roles in this one. BJ Mack, the big man, he's going to play a big role. I think that the Terriers are able to win this one, though.
All right, that sets up with Furman versus VMI. I kind of like an upset here. I'm going to go with VMI. You've convinced me on Greg Farm being the second coming of Bubba Farm.
He's better.
Maybe even better. Yeah, maybe even better. Jake Stevens as well. So give me VMI in an upset. We can't just go all chalk here. So VMI upsets Furman.
Yeah, I'm going with you. The Keydets are going to win this one. I like Greg Parham. I like Camden Kerfman. Trey Bonham's a really talented freshman. Jake Stevens, a 6'11" guy that can shoot it from deep. He can score from anywhere. He's a talented guy that I really like. He's going to have a big tournament, and I think that BMI is going to be able to knock down Furman in this one. They did it once in the regular season, so I don't see why they can't do it this time too.
Absolutely. So that sets us up with the semifinals, UNC Greensboro versus East Tennessee State. UNC Greensboro is the pick for me, at least. I just think, one, they're the better team. They have the better player. They have the best guard in the SoCon. When you're checking the boxes, those are the boxes you check to determine who wins the conference championship. And really, for me, UNC Greensboro checks all the boxes. So give me them to get past East Tennessee State and advance to the championship.
Yeah, I'm going with that too. UNCG really is not a good shooting team, but neither is ETSU. Neither can shoot the ball consistently. But I'm going to go with UNCG because of their defense and they have the best player on the floor.
All right, that sets up both up with VMI versus Wofford. I like Wofford to advance here. Storm Murphy, he's been there, he's done that. I think he'll have another, solid game. And in the end, I think VMI, they'll have a big performance against Furman. Maybe come out a bit slow in the next game. So in this one, I am going to take Wofford to advance to the championship, setting up a rare, at least for the SoCon, 1-2 matchup.
Yeah, I'm going with another upset here. I'm going with VMI. I just think they're shooting. Both them and Wofford love shooting the ball from deep. VMI, they played two super close games with Wofford this year. They beat them once and lost on a Storm Murphy buzzer beater the other time. So I think that VMI is going to take everything they saw. And look, Wofford's a good team, but they are susceptible to a bad game because they have little to no inside play. They are reliant on the three primarily. BMI can at least score inside a little bit with Jake Stevens. I think that BMI is going to be able to win this one, head to the championship game.
All right, that sets us up with UNC Greensboro versus Wofford. For me, I like UNC Greensboro. I just think at the end of the day, Isaiah Miller's still I think, the best player in the conference. I think Storton Murphy's really good, but Isaiah Miller's better. I don't know if they'll necessarily knock down threes, but UNC Greensboro, they're going to really defend you well. This is the best team in the SoCon. I think they find a way to win this game against Wofford.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with an upset. I mean, I just think that VMI can outshoot UNCG. I do really like this UNCG team, but if Isaiah Miller isn't doing Isaiah Miller things, they could be in trouble. Their shooting struggles are a question for me, and I've been on this VMI train all season. I love the shooting ability, and that shooting ability could hurt them. They could lose in any game because of it. But I think that VMI is going to be able to pull off a big time upset and win the SoCon tournament, head to the NCAA tournament. I mean, it wouldn't be March if there wasn't a big time upset.
That is true. Is March. SoCon should be a fantastic tournament. Make sure to subscribe to Making the Madness. We will be coming out pretty much daily with some conference tournament preview stuff. So stay tuned, and we will be back.